I pick songs that speak to me, that I can feel. There's no sense in doing one I can't feel. You just have to pick the right songs. If you write them, they probably have part of you in them already, so you're all right. And if you don't write them, you have to see yourself in them.
Go for it, Josh. 66. You're 120.
She goes through a moment.
Again, a rhythmic piano might work just as a rhythmic thing,
So
If
we
as long as
can try it when we get together and see how it feels. And the rhythm is going to be the question, because he can play a solo on anything.
Right.
And he can play rhythm on anything too.
All right, let's try it.
We take the band, put them in a studio, perform live in the studio, and film it. Perform as if there was an audience here, and get as close to a David Bromberg show as you can in a studio environment. Just David and the band as they are.
I did a record called Try Me One More Time, which was the first recording I did after years of not performing. And this reminds me of that because I was doing the same thing there that I'm doing here. I wasn't trying to do anything, I was just doing things the way I do them.
Well, I ain't going down that big road by the big road. Oh, can't you hear me talking to you?
Big Road. Tommy Johnson. All right. In the 70s, I had a band with 2 to 4 horn players. So playing with horns is what I did.
To me, that was a real challenge to write a horn chart for that. But because it's got this boom, 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 this low bass line and guitar line, and similar to the Tommy Johnson version, I thought it had to have a tuba in there, and we got one.
Children, blow these blues away.
At first, just me and Mark would play together. And then I figured, well, let's see what happens. So I asked Slavik and Nate to do a duet. We never did it before this way, but Slavik brought something to it that was pretty cool. Nate is a prodigy. He's just amazing. Every night floors us. He plays different every night, everything he plays. The one who joined us after Nate, that would have been Josh. He's one of the nicest humans walking the planet.
Great drummer, great feel.
Really wonderful feel. One time I said, how about doing, and I suggested something to him, and he said, no, I don't want to do it like that. And Mark says, wrong answer. We met Dan on a cruise ship that we were playing on, and he was there playing with some different people, but he would sit in with us. And he was based in Seattle, and anytime we'd come to town, he would listen to my records and learn the tunes cold. And so it wasn't like having somebody sitting in. He knew. And he's really like the sixth member of the quintet. He's part of the band. There's just no two ways. And he's a pleasure to play with.
It ain't my mother or my father, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer.
If I had to give up every kind of music but one, it would probably end up being gospel. I spent time in black churches, and I found those the warmest places I've ever been. When it's good, it's just transcendent.
It's music that unites people. You hear that, and it's the music itself that inspires you and brings people together.
Yeah, what we usually do, not that it matters here, but we usually
I mean, almost completely clear out. I'm barely going,
Yeah, right.
because it's sort of effective, but I can understand wanting to get a little bit more of something under it.
Let's try it again from the fiddle solo. Just let me get the feel of it.
When they do it live, it's without microphones. It's at the end of the night, microphones shut down, acoustic instruments, and just coming up to the front of the stage. Very intimate and very cool rendering of the song, and the harmonies are gorgeous.
The people could believe the harmony more. They would realize, oh, geez, these are humans singing in tune, you know, that making that sound. These are actual people, and they're really making that sound. There's no electronic thing. They're making those sounds, and they really appreciate hearing that.
Be my wife. Straight down, she said. She began to
My
cry.
best memories of touring with Bob Dylan were the 2 hours before the show, sitting in the dressing room, just playing stuff with David Bromberg. He was a guy that there were no lines between these genres. I like to say he was Americana when Americana wasn't cool, you know. It was blues, bluegrass, swing, rock and roll, Dixieland, anything that is real American music, he did with his own particular authority.
Larry's the only person I know who has a great knowledge of all the different genres I like to play. He's an awfully deep musician. I mean, awfully deep. And the more I work with him, the more depth I see in this musicianship. He understands the music that I like to play, all the different kinds. Nobody else does.
You can intimately see what the band is doing and feel what they're doing and feel what they're feeling. And hopefully you'll get the full Brombergian experience, which is a great thing to have.
Your time. 'Cause I broke down and I can't make my